Hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Eisenstadt and want to welcome you to another Tending Tuesday. Um, of course, many of us are feeling a certain heaviness in our heart. We have just once again, yet again, always again, experienced shootings in this country, and two, the daily reports of the carnage that's going on in so many places, cities and countries, in relationship to war and in the relationship to violence. Yeah, it's difficult these times, let alone what's going on environment. Lest we not forget, we must not forget that overshadowing, betwixt and between, maybe even underpinning what's going on in the world is the crisis that is looming and getting worse day in, day out with the environment, the ecological crisis of the day. So, what are we going to do? As a dream tending community, what can we do? And let me offer you this idea. This is something that happened when I was in my 20s, right? Just beginning. I was just at a Pacifica Graduate Institute board meeting with practically the whole day. And it just reminded me, going back decades, to when we just started Pacifica. Wasn't even Pacific at that point, just a little community counseling center. So much was heartfelt, and too, in the same period of time, actually. That was the time of another war, another place, another set of street violence. And I remember I met this man, extraordinary guy. His name was Denton Roberts. Boy, I haven't even remembered that name or evoked that name for, I don't know, 25 years maybe. And he was gifted at what he did. He did a whole number of things. One of the things that he did was he did what was called back then transactional analysis, and then he took that discipline and then he evolved and, really detailed it out and extrapolated and created an incredible system of thinking and working with folks and so on. He then one day shared with a small group of us. He said, look, in addition to all the psychology and all the work that we're doing, all the time that we're taking to learn the skills of counseling and clinical psychology and cultivating the practice and learning the discipline, in addition, there's something else. He too was a minister. He said, there's something else, something that lives in heart and soul. And that's love, kindness, compassion. And the point is, he was sharing with us, there we were in our, again, 20s. He was saying, you have to nurture that. You can't take that for granted. To cultivate the field, the garden, so that it continues to grow. And we go, yeah, okay, that makes sense, acknowledging and shaking our heads as if we did know. We knew empathy a little bit. We understood the idea of compassion somewhat. We got the idea of what it would mean to be in gratitude, kind of. And he said, look, there's something that I'm going to offer you that you can do every day, and do this every day for the next 5 days. And we were thinking, okay, what would that be? Do something nice for one other person each day. Well, wait, we thought, come on, we do that all the time. No, he said, something that is a gift to somebody. And it can't be over 50 cents. It's not about money. It's a gift of the heart. It's kindness, an act of kindness. One act, at least, each day. Yeah. Extend yourself. And he said, it's not big. Easy. A simple gesture. See somebody that's hurting, make an overture. Somebody needing help crossing the street, go over, support that person. And on, the little things. And he said, and then acknowledge, don't go in desiring, wanting, needing anything in return. Just acknowledge, yes. And ingratitude, not ingratitude for a lofty ideal. It's not about self, you know, not really. Not about somehow saying, hey, what a good person I am because I did a good deed. Nothing like that. It's gratitude for having the opportunity to touch into that place of giving, that place of care and compassion and offering expression. Then he said, in addition, each day, offer a gift back to yourself. Again, it cannot cost more than $1. It's not about buying a present. Nothing like that. It's a simple gift back to yourself each day. This day, instead of doing A and B, hey, I'm going to take one moment of time and do C. Gifting myself something heartfelt of value. And acknowledge, being gratitude. One gift to another, one gift to the self. Simple gifts, as the song says, simple gifts. Yep. And then let's come back together. Let's come back together in 7 days. Just share our experience. And we did that. I did that. And I learned something extraordinary. That to touch inside means to pause, really. Create the live into something of generosity and making offering to a person and back to self. It feeds the soul. It nurtures that which otherwise can go dry or empty. That, perhaps more than anything, is what is being asked of each of us personally and perhaps all of us collectively. We must come home to the place of heart, soul, psyche, yes? And to be able to create that one simple gesture, who knows? Who knows if that fills the empty place in part for somebody else who otherwise is feeling left alone, separate, alienated. Yeah, as I've shared, I've just gotten back from Europe, where I interacted with a lot of people from Eastern Europe, where the catastrophe, the pain, the angst is extraordinary. And, beginning to work with people from those war zones. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. Just a gesture of support, feeling the empty, the hurt, the painful place makes such a difference. It does. Alrighty. Let's all do that together. Support one another. Let's take the time, create the intention, and follow through. Today is Tuesday. Let's go till next Tuesday. One day, 2 gestures, one internal and one external, simple, yet, soul-centered, heart-centered. Okay. Hey, look forward to seeing you again soon. We've had lots going on in the dream tending community. A lot is bubbling in the dream tending community. I'm going to extend and talk about so much of what's happening now, but not for these next 7 days. For these next 7 days, let's pause and take the time, inside, outside, that gesture of care and love. Alrighty. See you soon.